We're unlimited. When we work together, there's no way we won't be strong. Unlimited. We're here for each other. We've got my back. I'm where I belong. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. Together. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. Together. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. Together. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. We're rolling, we're rolling. Together.
All right, if everybody's present, roll a d20 in the tower. I haven't seen Kit Kat roll yet.
Did I do that right?
Yep.
Sweet.
Alrighty. So we'll get started with the roll up of last session. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff was said. Zaleria rescued a young elk trapped in the swamp, who you can now see as part of your party.
Yay!
It's named Bambershoot. Bambershoot accompanied you out of the swamp, through Stormreach, back to Korthos. But while you were still in the swamp, Kit Kat, you spotted a nest near the corpse of El Lagarto, and the party retrieved 3 albino alligator eggs. 2 of which unfortunately cracked on the voyage to Korthos, but Zaleria's remains intact. So Zaleria, since we're starting a new day, can you roll a nature check?
Sure.
I think it was nature. Gosh, was I having you roll nature last week? Does anyone last time? A month
I thought it
ago?
was animal.
Nope. I don't
Animal
remember.
handling? Whatever's
That's all.
best. Nature, animal handling. Oh, you rolled with Bambershoot.
Oh, that makes more sense because I saw -2 and I was like, wait, what?
I'm sorry. Okay, so the way this works, just click on your portrait again, because whoever the last character you clicked on is the one who's going to show up in the dice window.
Okay, I understand now. I was still on Bambershoot's thing, like that would somehow roll for Zaleria.
Bambershoot rolled well enough, I think. Yeah.
Let's go with Bambershoots.
Yeah, let's go with Bambershoots.
Oh my god.
That's better than the ranger. I could just see the elk looking at you disapprovingly, like, no.
Roll for animal handling. Just to see. I think that one's better for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's better.
I think it was supposed to be animal handling. I should make a note of this. Oh dear.
That was on 19. I saw it.
It's a good thing we're going with Bambershoot's roll. I'm just making a note to myself about the check that I had. So, the egg survives for another day. Barely.
Thanks to Bambershoot.
Yay, Bambershoots. So once you reach Korthos Island, Nola Solderek promoted everybody in the party to Union Seniority Copper class and gave everybody a pin insignia that looks like 4 little copper rings. And this pin can be used to get lodgings at any town or place that has a union local, and you can also get a discount at like the quartermaster with union services. You found Korthos Village kicking off a festival of the thaw to celebrate the island's recent liberation from a cult of the Devourer that had gained control of White Dragon, and they had terrorized Korthos for months. You attended a feast kicking off the thaw, and you either met or you reconnected with the 5 members of the Korthos Town Council. To reiterate who they are, there's Rinar de Thorani, an elf, who is the first Korthos Harbor Master, and he has hired you on to retrieve some cargo lost at sea that belongs to his friend Baudry Cartamon. Rinar also asked Kit Kat to perform at the celebration culminating the end of the Thaw Festival that takes place in a fortnight.
Ooh.
You
Fine.
saw Sigmund Bowerson, who's the owner of the Wavecrest Tavern, who I guess most of you have had encountered before. That's where your lodgings are in the Wavecrest Tavern.
Ooh.
And you learned that he is ramping up production of Old Sully's grog to sell in Corvair and beyond. You also ran into Ursa Jensward, who is the head of the local garrison, and she asked assistance, mainly speaking to Nissha, regarding cleaning up the remaining shrines to the Devourer that are littering the wilderness on the south side of the island. You also learned that there are cultist prisoners being held in the garrison's prison, and that there's some dissension among the council and the citizenry as to their innocence and how they should be punished. And this matter is going to be put to a vote in the coming weeks in the village. You also met Vicky Storr, who's the mayor of Korthos Village, and he's friendly in general, but he seems a little bit over his head, and he's not really strong-spoken. You also, I don't think you met him, but he gave a speech at the feast dinner. You saw, I guess, so you witnessed Lars Hayton, scion of the family that founded Korthos Village, and he's kind of the de facto leader of the town. He has plans for the abandoned Kenneth manufactory that is on the south side of the island, where there's now a Heroic Union little training facility. It's where some of you did your little audition skill assessment. And Lars was part of making a deal with the Union to use some of that space for Union business. He's also been working closely with the other council members for the first time, and he seems to be interested in improving the island's economy and, in general, their spirits after the affair with the cult and the dragon. We also learned that Aleran's family had some ties to the animal handling business overseen by House Vadalis. And Sigmund Bowerson's black silky chicken, Anka, has a crush on him.
Ooh.
So, true to that devotion, Aleran wakes to find the chicken was staring at him all night while he slept.
Not creepy.
And when Anka sees that he's alert, she lets out a happy "Bwah!" to wish him good morning. The rest of you, as you wake up, and it's still pretty early in the morning, because the idea was to get up at dawn and reconnect with Rinar at the docks and set sail. He has a small cog ship. It's his retirement vessel. You notice that Brighton and Nissha aren't in your quarters. Pants isn't either, but that's kind of normal. He stands just outside the door to your quarters in the Wavecrest Tavern, and he keeps guard. So good morning, everyone.
Yay.
Good morning.
So Aleran, Izzy, Kit Kat, and Zaleria, you all wake up with a chicken in your normal quarters.
Did the chicken ask consent?
Whoa.
The chicken has not asked consent.
Was the chicken standing on him?
It was actually.
Oh.
It was just kind of sitting on his chest as if it was it was like nurturing an egg, looking at him.
No.
And you're not quite sure how the chicken got in the door.
The chicken snuck by Pants.
Yeah.
Breaking an entry.
I know, that's kind of disturbing, isn't it? Because like Pants was keeping guard and the chicken got past him. Unless Pants made had a conversation with the chicken and somehow decided that the Bach demon was allowed access.
I don't think Pants would have consciously allowed a feathery Bach demon into the sleeping quarters, so that would have to go with the chicken stealthed by the Warforged.
But the Wavecrest Tavern is Anka's home domain, so she knows all the ins and outs, nooks and crannies of this place.
Favorite territory.
It's her favorite territory, and she
Because
is an
there's,
escape artist as far
She
as...
has she's walking and she kind of pecks near a wall a couple times, and it's like the Harry Potter Diagon Alley opening, and it opens up and there's tunnels through the walls. And
Yeah, 1 second there's Anka the chicken kind of pecked by a fence or by a wall, and next
then
second
she's gone.
She shows up halfway across the village.
Did she lay an egg for my breakfast at least?
She did not lay an egg.
Rude. You sit on my chest and you don't lay an egg. Come on.
I don't know if that's rude or polite.
Yes.
So
Oh, look, the Laren's got a friend.
now, I'm not sure, Zaleria, where did Bambershoot spend the night?
Bambershoot, from what I understand, he was just chilling outside in the hay. I think he was hanging out with some of the other animals. I don't control, where he sleeps, but he was just meandering around, I guess.
Bambershoot most likely was hanging around near the chicken coop behind the Wavecrest Tavern. Since Korthos is an island, and it doesn't have a lot of grassland, it tends to be a little bit more towards jungle vegetation and sand. There's not a lot of grazing animals here. So Bambershoot, if he's grazing freely, he's probably eating somebody's flowers who's not happy about it.
That sounds like Bambershoot.
And there's not a stable service as such as you would normally expect in a village kind of situation. Everybody seems to pull their own carts that you've seen so far. A lot of between merchants and people carting things around, they seem to be pulling their carts behind them. Every once in a while, though, you see what looks like a mechanical dog here and there, or a team of them pulling around wagons.
Oh my. Is this the version of their bobsled team?
At one point, you see the garrison traveling past you, past the tavern, headed out toward the village gates to the south side of the island, and they're actually driving what looks kind of like a sled wagon that is being driven by a team of 8 iron defenders, is what they're called. They're like little metal dogs. So yes, it's kind of, they've adapted these Cannith manufactured dog-like creatures to kind of use them as like a team of huskies on the island to get around quickly and to pull carts and sleds and that kind of thing.
Ooh.
You talk to Rinar, and you find out you got about another hour before the cog is going to be ready to set sail for the wayward vessel. So does anybody have any errands that they want to run? Anybody want to dive into the quartermaster to pick up any last minute supplies? Oh, and Rinar also says he has gathered a few items to supply your venture. And I will tell you what they include. And anything you're interested in, I will add to your party sheet. Inventory.
No, I got my. Or Pants has his brand new water resistant 4x4, so he's good.
Oh yeah, you got a brand new shiny 4x4 in Stormreach.
Yep.
Ooh.
I totally overpaid for.
Mm-hmm.
Must be some good quality wood.
You could have totally gotten it for half as much on Wood Depot.
If you got it for half as much, you would get a 2x2.
This is true. Now let's see. Oh, okay, what's in the items that Rinar has available for you? There are 2 potions of healing. There are 5 coils of hempen rope. Each one is 50 feet long.
That could be handy.
There are 2 sacks that are of sufficient size to put loot and cargo in when you find it. As a reminder, the main item of interest for Baudry Cartamon is a chest that should have a distinctive seal on it of the letter C. There's some studded leather armor here. 2 healer's kits, 2 light crossbows and some bolts, and 6 antitoxin vials.
Pants will lay claim to one of those coils of rope and one of the loot sacks.
I'm going to say we should take some of the antitoxin.
I would agree. We probably should take all of them.
Take the health potion too.
Yeah, there's something about being offered antitoxin and health potions that just make me want to take them.
All right, does anybody need more ammunition, like crossbow bolts specifically, because that's what's here?
I don't think I use a crossbow, so I guess I'm good in that territory.
And does anyone use studded leather or want studded leather?
Izzy might.
Well, I will put that in the party inventory. So that stuff's there for people to claim and take to their inventory. There's also a pearl here left over from last session that has Kit Kat's name on it.
I take the pearl.
So yeah, all that stuff is now in your party sheet inventory, and decide amongst yourselves who's taking what. You can drag it from the party sheet to your inventory.
Steal my. I think that's smart.
So does anybody want to go to the quartermaster and get any other supplies or ammunition?
I think I'm good.
Zaleria is all good.
Alrighty.
Same here.
After a while, you see Nissha appear. She's wandering back down the hill from the northernmost garrison tower. And apparently she had been training with Ursa Dronsvard and Ingram the Warforged.
Cool.
Is everybody ready to proceed to the docks?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
When the party approaches Korthos dock, they find Brighton waiting reluctantly with his head down. It's kind of tucked towards one's shoulder, and he's muttering under his voice. And you hear him whisper, "I'm telling him now, Brightclaw. Hold on." And then Brighton raises his eyes to meet your gaze, and he announces gruffly, "I'm not coming with you. First, they asked me to work with elves. I sort of got used to that. Now they ask me to work for elves. It's too much, too fast. I can't wrap my head around it. I gotta take some time, maybe walk about in the wilderness. I'll rejoin you when my head's on straight."
It should be on straight, because if it isn't on straight, then you're dead.
But Brighton's kind of waved his hand, and he just turns his back after giving you a brisk nod, and he departs, and he starts walking towards the village gate.
Weird.
And then, as the party starts to board Renar's cog, which is called the Soul of Winter, a short figure rushes up the dock, calling for Nissa's attention. It appears to be Taffeta Bloomwiffler, one of the Dragonmarked House Civis gnomes who administer the new message station that was installed in Wavecrest Tavern from the last time that you were on Korthos Island since your return. There were some new things added, like the sending station and some ballistas, and the northernmost guard tower have all been constructed since you left for the swamp. And the gnome calls out, "Mistress Shield of Stars, I have an urgent sending for you. It's marked for your mind only." And Nissha looks a little bit impatient, but she allows the gnome to take her aside and talks to her for a second. But then Nissha looks even more beleaguered when she has to wait, because this gnome has to climb up onto a fish barrel to be remotely close to Nissa's height. And then the gnome seems to be giving her kind of these physical instructions where they have to be touching each other's faces to deliver this message. And
My meld.
yeah, Nissha does not look totally into this. But all of a sudden, Taffeta's eyes roll back into her head, and you could only see the whites of her eyes. Her dragon mark begins to glow with blue light, and she seems to vibrate. Nissha, for her part, looks startled, and then you can see her shake her head, affirmative to whatever she just experienced. Taffeta lets out a loud whoop, and both women drop their arms down to their sides. And Taffeta looks around. Her eyes are back to their normal hazel, and she blinks and she asks, "What am I doing here?" And Nissha just says, "You gave me a message." And the gnome kind of giggles and says, "Oh, it must have been super secret. They give us a brain wipe when that happens." And Nissa's kind of like, good. She's kind of been looking at the gnome dispassionately since the message happened. Like she was considering whether or not she needed to handle the gnome as a loose thread. And with this, Taffeta hops down off the barrel she was standing on, and she wanders back to the Wavecrest Tavern, and she's chattering about how now she's parched, and how sending takes it right out of her, and she needs a cup of tea.
Yeah, that wasn't creepy.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like what, normal everyday stuff?
Pants feels the dock surroundings melt away from his perception.
What?
He's no longer on the docks. He finds himself in a metal room. lashed to a table.
Oh? Oh no.
The party is no longer there. What he sees are various humans bustling about, some of them carrying brightly lit devices, others tinkering with a series of pipes and valves. Pants turns his head to his right, and he sees 5 more tables, each with another Warforged in restraints. And the Warforged next to him is straining. It meets his gaze with brightly red glowing eyes and whispers, "Brother."
Wait. Whispers what?
You cut out again.
"Brother." Brother.
Brother. Okay.
Brother.
And Pants finds himself on the docks again with the party members. Nissha reapproaching the party to talk to all of you.
Shakes his head and kind of. That was weird.
Is that like a flashback for him?
Nissha
That sounds a little scary.
looks kind of serious, and she speaks in a low voice to the party. And she says, "While I dislike abandoning a task, I cannot sail with you today either. My path requires that I meet someone who is not normally near this continent." And she purses her lips like she may have said too much, and she gives each member of the party a long, considering look. And you realize that she's trusting you to let you know this much. And she just says, "I'll catch up with you if I can." And Nissha waves farewell and leaves the dock area.
Bye, secret agent lady.
Why? Is she going to die?
Is she going what?
No, and I was just thinking.
So, with only 5 of you and an elk now remaining in the party, you board the Soul of Winter.
Question: Are we taking the elk with us?
I'm assuming you're taking the elk with you. Are you taking the elk with you?
Yeah, Bambershoot's tagging along.
Elks on boats! Elks on boats!
So I'm thinking elks on boats doing diving
And
missions.
if someone
Okay.
says,
Do elks
Someone
get
said-
seasick?
We're gonna find out!
if someone says no, Viva la Revolution, we're taking the elk.
The Soul of Winter is, like I said before, Rinar de Thorani's retirement vessel. He used to be a captain of a much larger ship. This cock is slightly elemental powered. It has a little eddy trapped in an engine that gives us a little extra juice, and it's made out of soarwood, so it's extra light and fast. It has a fairly small crew. The 3 main members that Rinar defers to the most are all drow, 2 women and 1 man. And then the rest of the crew is made up of fishers out of the Korthos villagers. They're kind of getting a day's pay rather than having to go out and do their catch.
So this is a little treat for them.
Yeah! A day's easy sailing.
Easy sailing. As if that's...
Ooh.
Rinar, slightly dubious of your abilities with a ship, offers you his own personal lounging room, sitting room quarters, to while your time away while the ship is traveling to the salvage location. That's below decks.
So in other words, go below decks and stay out of our way.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
A gentle suggestion, but a suggestion nonetheless.
I
I'm
take
okay
it.
with that.
Zaleria, do you try to get your elk below decks? Oh man, I looked at Discord chat. That's always a bad idea. The where all the silly gifts live.
Creeper much?
Zaleria, if you can speak, please speak.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. So I was asking, are you going to try to get your elk below decks, or are you going to have your keep Bambershoot up on the main deck of the ship?
Bambershoot definitely likes being on top of the ship and not like cooped away underneath the deck, so I'm gonna keep him up there.
Okay. Because that
Oh.
might have been interesting. What were you saying, Pants?
Oh, I was just saying I was reading through the Beastmaster thing, and what you're referring to is once you have the extra attack at feature, which I believe is level 5,
Yeah.
then she can make one weapon attack herself when she makes has Bambershoot take the attack action.
Yeah.
So.
But I knew that it wasn't this level. It's the future.
Yeah. It's the future.
The future.
Cha-cha-za.
How about everybody else? Does Izzy is below decks. Zaleria is on the main deck, out in looking over the ocean and the open sea with Bambershoot. How's about Kit Kat and Aleran and Pants?
Aleran will stay on the deck.
Kit Kat is below deck.
Alrighty.
Pants will post up next to the mast and basically stay out of the way, but act as a lookout.
Near the mast. Is Pants taking any extra precautions to avoid falling overboard?
He's in the. That's why I said he's posted up by the mast, kind of back, spine to wood.
Okay.
Whatever he has for a spine.
Well, Izzy and Kit Kat, you go below decks and you find a luxurious compartment that is filled with, it's carpeted, it's quite plush. There are highly polished wood paneled walls where it's almost like the normal wood that would be part of the ship has been paneled over with yet another layer of more exotic wood.
Fancy.
There are some portholes, and around the portholes there's some velvet hangings. There are velvet settees. There's a fainting couch. There's a small table with some fine crystal on it. And then there is a tray. The tray seems to be bolted into the table. And the furniture seems to be bolted in place so they don't move with the jostling of the ship. As it kind of bounces over the waves and there's a little bit of swaying to and fro. There is wine set out and an assortment of fruits and a little tasty bacon.
Bacon.
Steal the tasty bacon.
I'm stealing all of it. I'm stealing all of it.
Okay, you're taking some tasty bacon.
Oh yeah.
Some?
Don't eat it all, Piggy.
Excuse me. That would be cannibalism. Continuing.
I just realized I didn't have the tasty bacon here.
You didn't have tasty bacon?
I got tasty ham.
Change it to tasty bacon.
That's what I'm doing.
It's not the same.
They actually do have different effects. Yesterday, tasty bacon saved someone's life.
Did it?
It did.
That's so wholesome.
All right, there are 4 tasty bacons in your party inventory now.
Do 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 do.
Bacon up!
Just gonna take that.
And I need to note to self, add back tasty ham.
Why though? Just keep it bacon.
Tasty ham is actually more potent and powerful than tasty bacon. I think it's like a volume kind of thing. And sometimes it comes in exploding barrels, which is fun.
Ooh, fun.
So 8 hours at least passed. For those of you who are below decks, you spend a comfortable time. I'm sure that Izzy, it's a lovely morning with all the comfort. You can knit as much as you want to.
She's down with that.
Oh, and there's a little piano. There's a little pianoforte in the corner. So Kit Kat, you can play, a few studies. Hum a few bars, practice your scales.
That's exactly what she does.
For those who are above deck, the first 4 or so hours are quite pleasant, breezy. It's a lovely day. But as you get further from Korthos, and as you start to climb into the afternoon, the skies seem to start to grow darker, cloudier, and you see bad weather ahead.
Uh-oh.
What's Aleran doing to pass time above decks?
I think he's just keeping an eye out, and he's probably whittling. Seems like an outdoorsy thing to do.
After the first hour of the ship, you thought you'd given her the slip. But
Ruh-roh.
suddenly, a little head pops out of a water barrel. There's Anka the chicken. She has stowed away aboard the boat. And as you're whittling, she kind of plops down next to you and just sits there, kind of happily clucking away. Doesn't do anything else.
Stalker chicken is stalkery.
Pants, do you just stay by the mast?
Yeah, and as the if the weather starts getting really bad, he'll just quietly reach out and grab hold of it like he's hugging it.
A couple hours pass, and one of the drow women comes over. Her name's Lanai. You're in her way, so she kind of motions with her head, for you to move.
Will very carefully step out of her way.
She adjusts the ropes. She ties some knots. She adjusts some sails. And then she nods at you again. You can go back to your previous position.
Very carefully, like.
And she wanders
no
away.
way.
Zaleria, are you and Bambershoot doing anything?
Me and Bambershoot, or Zaleria and Bambershoot, are just chilling on the top of the deck and enjoying the fresh air. We're not doing anything in particular. We're just enjoying ourselves.
You could use this time for fishing.
Ooh, I always like a good fishing, so let's do that. I would love to fish.
Okay. Do a survival check. Ooh, you caught some fish.
Yee!
Roll a d4. Alrighty, so you caught 3 fish. And one of
Nice.
them is a big one.
Oh,
One of-
what kind of fish is it?
It looks kind of like a tuna, and it's at least 2 feet long.
Wow.
You had to fight a little bit because it was very strong, and you had to battle for a few minutes before it tired out, and you finally pulled it aboard the ship. And at one point, Bambershoot kind of tangled his proto horns in the fishing line and gave you some assistance pulling that fish in.
Bambershoot always pulls through with the help.
But it's a plump tuna steak now. And you can either use that for food, or if you have a chance in the next 24 hours, if you guys get to take a long rest, I'm not saying you are going to be able to, but if you do get to, you can turn some of that tuna into mystical dried fish.
Okay, sounds good.
Now that it's the afternoon and a few more hours have passed on the sea, and you're getting closer to the location of the ship, the skies are getting even darker and darker. Finally, you hear one of the drow call out, who has been looking up from the crow's nest and has been on the lookout. And you hear them call out, "Ship ahoy!" The cog starts to slow. You can't see anything yet, but Rinar takes out his spyglass and he starts looking, and you can tell he can spot it with his spyglass. And he comments to those who are above deck that it looks worse than he expected. I'm assuming at this point, Izzy and Kit Kat have been notified that the ship's been spotted.
Kit Kat comes above deck.
Yeah, when we hear the guy yell from the crow's nest.
After a few more minutes, the sky grows even darker, and it begins to rain. So the sea, what started out as a beautiful, clear, balmy day on the ocean, has turned quite dark. It looks like it's on the cusp of nighttime. Every once in a while, you see a tiny crack in the clouds where the sun peeps through, but otherwise it's just dark, foreboding, and the water is just pouring down in sheets. Rinar, he pulls out some kind of cannon contraption, pops it open, and it's like a little umbrella to keep the rain off. He passes his spyglass over to whoever's interested in the party, so you can take a look as well.
I will take a peek.
And what you see
Ooh.
is a vessel that has been through rough waters for quite some time. It looks quite cracked along the hull. The sails are threadbare. The masts look like they've suffered some damage. And
Yeah, that looks bad.
the vessel seems to list slightly to port. And Rinar suggests that he thinks it might be holding some water. That either the bilge of the ship or possibly even the lowest deck might be flooded based off of how it's listing and how it's sitting on the water. He says he's not quite sure how secure this vessel is because it seems to be taking on water. But he says it's too large of a galleon for the little cog to tow anywhere. So he's going to rely on you to actually board the ship and retrieve Baudry Cartamon's cargo.
Easy enough.
Everybody do a nature check. Pants is strangely intuitive, as well as Zaleria. Zaleria's intuition makes far more sense, her being a ranger.
I was about to say, why did I blow a good roll on that? I
On
don't
her
know what's
nature,
happening.
she got a 20.
Yeah, that's a nat 20 for Zaleria.
That makes up for my awful nature rolls earlier.
Yeah. So not only can Zaleria tell that there are no alligator eggs on this boat, and Pants can kind of tell that too.
I have seen 0 alligators on this boat. There is a chicken. I'm sorry, no, correction. There is a feathery bog demon, though.
You see that not only has weather and the ocean and time done damage to this ship, both Zaleria and Pants spot signs. Zaleria specifically notes that she sees small little objects and markings on the side of the ship that don't seem to belong there, that wouldn't be normal on a sailing vessel. One of the marks that she sees seems to be the mark of the 6.
Oh.
Never a good sign.
She also
Never.
recognizes on the prow of the ship, where normally there would be some kind of ornate carved statue on the prow of the ship, she recognizes a very large shark skull.
Aw, man. I wanted to see Jaws.
You said a shark skull?
A shark skull.
And where exactly is this on the boat?
It's on the prow. So like normally there would be like a busty winch or King Triton or some kind of carved wooden statue at the front of the ship, making it look all fancy and nice.
Okay, so instead there's a...
That has been worn away or torn off or damaged, so it's unrecognizable. And at the tip of the ship, where the prow would kind of point out over the sea, there is a large shark skull has been attached. It's kind of the hood ornament. Which would be interesting if you could have like a shark skull as the hood ornament on your car. I mean, that would be kind of fierce.
Yeah.
Nobody would
GM
take your parking space.
Right. Would Pants know or be aware of the importance of the 6?
Pants knows stuff about the 6, and let me share that symbol because I don't think that Lily is familiar with it, or Zaleria is familiar with it necessarily.
Yeah, Zaleria has no idea what that is.
Now there's more than one symbol for the Dark Six, but this is the one that Pants is familiar with, and it's the one you see kind of etched into the side of the boat.
Ooh.
Ominous.
This is the religion that the cult that infested Korthos Island was associated with one of the deities who is counted amongst the Dark Six, the Devourer. The Devourer is traditionally a deity associated with the sea and with decay and destruction. And while it is not unheard of for a sailor to give some kind of offering at a shrine to the Devourer in the most mundane worship of the god, asking for a safe travel on a coming voyage over the sea. The recent Devourer cult on Korthos Island was not mundane. It was a cult that indulged in necromancy, and it kidnapped people. It did sacrifices. So it was a bit of a warped version, or a very dark version, of the normal worship of the cult of the Devourer, or just the Devourer itself. And the Devourer is considered part of the Dark Six. Pants remembers seeing this symbol during the time that he was in Korthos village, before he joined the Heroic Union. He was on Korthos for about 2 weeks before the island was liberated.
I was a hireling.
And he had witnessed the symbol before from a few small encounters with the cultists.
Okay. So he's got some context and connection of
He knows that that sign means bad people.
yeah. So let's
Rinar
pull
offers
up
you.
and
He offers you a rowboat that is large enough to carry the whole party, and an elk. And two of his associates, basically his first mate, and one of the other crew members, the two lady drow, named, I think their names are Dusty and Lanai. They will row you. His ship, he's keeping it at least about 500 feet away from the ship, so the tides between them aren't disruptive. And the rowboat will take you up to the ship side, so you can climb aboard somehow.
okay, let's get to it.
And the drow will row you there, and then after you get on the ship, they will kind of back away a little bit so they don't get caught up in the tides, the heavier tides near the ship. But they'll be about 200 feet away. And I don't think it was on the list of things that I had to tell you, but amongst those items that Rinar had set aside, along with the rope, there were some grappling hooks. 2 of them.
Okay. We'll go ahead and Pants will have grabbed one of those to go with his rope.
Aleran will as well.
So everybody hauls into the rowboat.
Yeah.
I assume, unless somebody has a protest.
Nope.
Very reluctantly, Kit Kat gets into the rowboat, and she's like trying to sit as far away as from the edges as possible, trying not to get wet.
I think the little princess doesn't want to get wet.
Don't like
Aleran,
water.
Aleran manages to get the chicken to stay on the Soul of Winter.
Does the little princess recognize that it's pouring rain?
It is pouring rain.
I am tolerating the rain. I do not need to fall or get this disgusting water on me. Rain's fine.
I've gone overboard a couple of times. It's not that bad.
All I can say, Bonnie, is every time you talk about this chicken, all I could think is Hi from
Moana.
I was thinking the same thing.
Funny thing is that she kind of looked at me like, Moana? As she went and said it.
I keep thinking the Wallace and Gromit penguin.
I love Wallace and Gromit. Okay, I'm going off topic.
So you row over to the abandoned ship, and the abandoned ship is actually called the Emperor of the Waves. I'm not sure if I mentioned the name of this ship that was lost at sea. But that's what it is. And, I mean, it looks like it could have once upon a time been quite a grand galleon. But as you can see from the picture, now, not so much.
This boat looks like it has seen some better days.
So you're all in a rowboat, it's raining, and you're at the side of this ship. How do you want to get aboard?
Grappling hook straight to the top deck.
For everybody taking a grappling hook, it is going to be an athletics check.
I love how my athletics is lower than my acrobatics.
Another nat 20 from Zaleria.
I picked up Bonnie's dice by accident.
You're okay.
Hey, Bonnie's dice yesterday saved a lot of lives because that giant octopus missed every single round for like 13 rounds.
Izzy, did you roll?
I don't have the grappling hook. I just have the rope.
Oh, well, everybody gets to use the grappling hook. You just won't be climbing at the same time.
Oh, okay, hold on.
You'll be climbing
Oh, you
two
mean
at a
to climb
time.
up.
Yeah.
All right.
Look under your seat. It's a grappling hook.
You get a grappling hook.
Ah!
Unfortunately, Izzy's the only one who... Oh, wait, you rolled acrobatics. It's athletics.
Oh, okay. Hold
Mother.
on. Oh, this is going to be worse.
It's the same... Oh, no.
It's the same thing.
So, what order are you guys climbing aboard ship? I should have asked you that before.
I would like to change mine now.
I'll go first.
And I also thought, I remember something. How are you getting bamboo shoots up this rope?
I hoped you wouldn't notice. I'm thinking I do a little bit of a tag team, like tie a rope around its waist and kind of drag it along with me.
So you're gonna be carrying him like a backpack as you climb?
I think you maybe do some kind of Operation Dumbo Drop harness.
You get up to the top and make a pulley system
out of one of
the
ropes.
Yeah, Zaleria's like at the top of the deck now, and she's like got the rope down, tied to him, and everyone's like just hauling him up.
Check Discord real quick.
That's literally me.
The gift game lately has been priceless.
That's how Bamboo Shoot is getting on the boat.
I feel like there should be some kind of check involved with this, but yet I'm not. I'm kind of stumped as to what domain does this fall under?
Let's not have her rolling. Just say she got a rope.
It's her rope skills. Would that be sleight of hand?
She got a nat 20.
She did get a nat 20. Let's say nat 20 means that you get on there and you manage to Dumbo drop your elk up the side of the ship.
Nat 20 means elk backpack.
Elk backpack.
I'm now picturing like like a movie like scene where it's like a drone circling the ship as like Zaleria like is barehanded like climbing up the rope with Bambershoot on her back, and it's like epic music as it's doing it.
There's a lot of ropes helping you lift Bambershoot too, because I think Bambershoot weighs something like 700 pounds.
Oh wow, that's a big elk.
Yeah.
I thought Bambershoot was like a baby.
He's not, he's a young adult male, so his first horns are just coming in, and a male elk weighs a lot, so he's still gonna get a little bit heavier.
I keep thinking deer.
Yeah, he's not a deer. He's
Mixing
an
a
elk.
deer with elk. Hold on.
He's like a deer on steroids.
Oh.
At maturity, adult male elks weigh from 584 to 1,100 pounds.
Whee!
Mine's 710 to 130 pounds, but we're just going with it.
So he weighs like he weighs like 700 pounds.
That poor rowboat.
But what order are you going up the side of this boat?
Pants will take point.
Oh, they're cute. Hold on.
So Pants is first.
I think it would be cheating since I know I probably failed to say where in order, so just put me in an order.
Roll a d6. All right, so Izzy is second, and she starts climbing up the rope, and her hands slip. She kind of brushes up against. There's a lot of algae and slime, and barnacles along the sides of the boat's hull, and she's brushed the rope up against the slime. It's gotten goopy, and her hands slip, and she falls into the ocean. But she's kind of between the rowboat and the hull of the ship. I want you to do an athletics check to see if you can, people can assist her. Okay, that's no problem. So you fall into the water. You're wet and soggy now, though you're probably wet and soggy because of all the rain to begin with. But now you're like deep drenched with water.
Squish when I walk.
Yes. Your yarn, unfortunately, is probably soggy.
I think I may have left most of my yarn on the ship. I'm not gonna.
Good choice. But you're able to climb back into the boat and try again. So do another athletics check for climbing the boat. Sweet. So the second time you try to climb up, you have no problem. You've learned from your mistakes. You keep the rope well away from the slimy side of the hull. Keep your hands away from it. And you boop, 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 right up the side and manage to reach the deck.
I feel like it's DDO all over again with the cleric not being able to climb and jump.
Uh-huh. Who's next? The rest of you rolled successfully, so let's just say everybody's up there.
Yay!
Everybody's on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Okay, so let's take a look around the top of this deck.
The Emperor's upper decks slope gently down towards the ship's port side. The forecastle and quarter decks are empty, and short wooden stumps are all that remain of the ship's masts, though technically the pictures showed them as cracked and broken, but okay. The double doors leading to cabins fore and aft appear intact, as does a metal grate in the deck that offers access to the lower decks. Aside from the rhythmic creak of the ship's badly weathered timbers and the continuing drizzle of the rain pouring down, all seems quiet. And I'm going to drag that text. Or am I? I always try to drag the speech bubble rather than the actual text, and I have to do it more than once.
um,
I'm also going to share a map with you now.
Pants will brandish his 4x4 in a threatening fashion.
Kit Kat, she gets up onto the ship, and all you hear is her just suddenly humming she shanty.
What do you do with soggy cleric? What do you do with a soggy cleric?
But it's not early in the morning.
Yes, it's mid-afternoon.
Alright, so the top deck seems to be pretty clear.
I am also putting you on deck.
Pants would like to approach the metal grate and see what lies beneath.
Also, everybody make a perception check.
Ooh, that one was good. Hey, Mom, look, we're twinning.
So both Kit Kat and Izzy notice that the deck is marred in places by bloodstains.
Someone
And from what you can tell, the blood seems fairly fresh, not more than 3 days old. When Pants peers through the grate set into the deck, he sees a ladder extending down, but the grate appears very rusty and it doesn't immediately open.
Without really having any consideration for consequences and repercussions, Pants will look at the rusty grate, duck down, then take a full body leap straight in the air and smash right in the center of the grate.
Do an
like a
athletics check.
swan dive?
The grate crashes.
I'm sorry, the grate what?
The grate crashes. You bust through it with the weight of your jumping. And you are now on the next floor below.
Subtle. Real subtle.
I opened the door, guys.
I think you broke the door.
I don't think they're gonna mind about that part.
I don't even think there is a door anymore. I think it's splintered.
All right. I guess the Warforged has decided our first direction.
Pants,
Yes.
roll initiative.
Oh no, Pants,
Ruh-roh.
no.
Pants, you've landed on the deck below. You're surrounded by webbing.
What was that laugh? Webbing. Haha!
Did you see my initiative roll?
That was his laugh.
At least it wasn't negative.
Oh,
I had somebody Saturday -2.
and rolled a 1. Wait, who was that?
Steve
that
got a
me?
-1.
Did we lose Bonnie?
No,
No,
she's adding stuff
I'm
to the
adding
combat
stuff to the
tracker.
map
Oh
and the
dear.
combat tracker.
That's scary.
We've lost
So
her again. This is the third time this week.
to answer your the inevitable question, Bonnie, whatever settings we were playing with last night, they're still visible on the combat tracker.
How visible? Like, what can you see?
I can't see initiative order or any. They're just there, but
You can see that they exist when I make them visible, I guess. What do you see?
giant wolf spider and star spawn opa
Oh,
banana.
Open.
well, the Opa Banana was supposed to be a strange crustacean. That was my bad.
Ooh.
That is
Couple-
actually a very strange crustacean.
Yeah, when it has the word star spawn in front of it.
That's
Star
very strange.
spawn. Star spawn opania.
Hey, Copacabana, Copa banana, up a
Potato. That
Yeah.
didn't even make any sense.
No,
This is
there's
This is a very tight hallway. I'm gonna actually sorry, this is taking so long. I did not expect Pants to do that, so I did not have anything on the map already.
Well,
It's just waiting in the wings.
you know, if I, in my mom's game, was playing my little barbarian, you know, I would have not jumped and broken the grate and stuff and fall through the floor. I would probably just go, oh, cool. Opens it, jumps in. Whee!
So there's a hole where Great used to be on the deck with everybody except Pants. And Pants now has a couple friends who have better initiative than he does. So the strange crustacean skitters forward.
Is it skittering threateningly?
Oh, it's skittering threateningly.
Okay.
And I'm adjusting it because you're using the grate. Well, you're kind of like on the grate, but say like when the grate fell, pick one of the 4 squares there. Because if you're technically below the grate, you're taking up 4 squares. But you're not 4 squares big.
Right.
So
yeah, well,
adjust
that's
yourself as you see fit to occupy one of the 4 squares.
That's fine.
Okay. So the strange crustacean, whoops, the strange crustacean, tick, 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 tick. It creeps forward, and with its strange claw tentacle apparatus, it reaches out toward you, Pants, and it tries to grapple you by lashing this claw arm around you, around your back, and grasping on your right arm from behind in a kind of crab hug. But it fails, it flubs, it misses your arm.
I would like to use my reaction to expend a superiority die and engage in a riposte and smack him with my 2x4 or my 4x4.
Ooh, you can do that with your 4x4.
I can.
Extending one of your 4 superiority dice because you are a battlemaster now. The fancy kind of Warforged.
Yeah. It looked fancy.
But you were surprised by this whole situation. I'm not sure you weren't thinking ahead. You fell. It was a surprise, and suddenly there are these creatures that are possibly chicken.
It was surprised. I was surprised. It's okay.
And they're all trying to touch you now. without consent.
Of course, it's without consent.
Which I didn't mark anybody with initiative, but hey, now I have.
Ooh, fun.
Then a giant wolf spider, which I did not change the icon for, but now you know, steps forward from where it was kind of hiding in some webbing. And it tries to bite you, Pants. It tries to bite you real hard. And yet again, it misses. Perhaps the spider is as surprised of you as you are surprised by it. Now, Pants, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I'll try and gather my wits about me and do another swing with this 4x4. Getting used to the weight, that's what it is. And so we'll take an attack at the giant wolf spider.
And you hit! You do 9 damage to the wolf spider. You manage to knock away one of its legs, clearing off of its body. So now it's a 7-legged wolf spider.
While this whole round of fighting is going on, I want to be gathering my rope and grappling hook and setting up to rappel down.
All right. It's now Zaleria's opportunity to do something, along with Bambershoot. So everybody else can start rolling initiative if you haven't already.
Ooh. Cool.
And Bambershoot's going to have the same initiative as you, Zaleria.
Well, that's not very good.
Lagging. Hold on a sec.
Can you type that in, Zaleria, or do you need me to do it for you onto the combat tracker?
I can probably type it in.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like it's letting me type it in.
I think only
I'll do
you
it.
can do that.
And actually what's going to happen is, since that was kind of a surprised round, we're going to go back to the top of the initiative order. And Kit Kat gets to act first because she had a high initiative.
Very high. So Kit Kat watched Pants just fall into the ground. So she stands there and collectively decides that she should probably follow him because we don't know what he's up to. So she starts getting ready to jump down into the hole with some rope.
They have heard the thwack on the wolf spider.
Yeah, they would have heard.
Yeah.
They would have heard a whack. I mean, and if Pants said anything after he fell, they would have heard it.
Crush, see stuff, and she goes, "Oh, hi."
Covered in like bug guts. Hi, how are you? So Kit Kat gets ready to jump down into this hole that has been created.
You can move over to the grate.
There?
No, the grate is the thing that kind of looks like basket weave.
That. No.
Yeah, where Aleran is.
Ah.
So that's an opening right now. And then you're going to have to do some kind of check It would be take your action to get down there this round.
Okay.
Well, it's going to take an action to get down there anyhow, regardless.
Yeah. What would you like me to roll?
Well, I think I want you to tell me how you're going to get down. Like, what's your method for navigating? Are you just going to jump down?
No. She
Are you going to use rope somehow?
Yeah, she ties rope to like something nearby that can hold rope, if you know what I mean, and she's gonna try and jump down with the rope as like a stabilizer in case
If you
she
see
falls.
that kind of circular thing about 2 squares south of you, that's where the mast of a ship has broken off or is damaged. It's still like this stump several feet tall sticking out of the deck of the ship. You could tie a rope around that.
Yeah, that's what she does. She ties a good knot with the rope onto the stump to gives it a tug to see if it's snug enough before
you can climb down below.
Did you?
You have to do either an athletics or an acrobatics check to see if you do it successfully without falling.
Okay. I don't think I fell.
You did not fall. You're able to scale the rope and move down to the floor below.
Yay!
And you're now beside Pants, and you see a strange crustacean flailing a clawed tentacle and a giant wolf spider.
Just gonna take a step back. What are you doing, Pants?
All right, and that's as far as you can move.
All right.
Technically, actually, I don't think you can move because you landed beside the.
Yeah.
You're getting attacks of opportunity.
I don't want that, so
you would have to disengage next turn to be able to move away from them.
Okay.
Now, unless there's something you can do as your bonus action, like unless you want to cast
do I have a
Bard Song,
action?
your inspiration or something like that to somebody. Unless you want a bardic inspiration or whatever.
I'm rechecking what bardic inspiration. Oh, so I'll give Pants some bardic inspiration.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm just double checking what your other new thing that you got with the College of the Opera.
Ooh, I think
whether that's an action or whether that's a bonus thing.
I would tell you that.
Oh, it's a spell. You
okay.
got a spell with piercing resonance. You get the shatter spell.
Ooh, pretty.
Okay. So Pants is bardically inspired.
Yo, Pants, keep going. You're awesome.
And that's a D6 you can use in the next 10 minutes?
Yep.
Alrighty.
To any D20 roll.
I think that's going to be the end of your turn, Kit Kat.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Aleran had been preparing to use his own rope and grappling hook, but since Kit Kat has already done this, I'm just going to stash my rope and grappling hook back in my backpack, and I am going to speed rappel down the line that Kit Kat left. An athletics check.
Please don't land on our heads.
I think my choices are your heads or on top of the spider or the crustacean, I think.
Jump on the crustacean. Maybe you'll crush it.
So, Aleran, just roll an athletics check. You have no problem. However, you have to move through Kit Kat or Pants, which I didn't pay attention to how much movement you had. like where you started from?
I think I was right ahead of Zaleria.
Looks like 15 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be fine. You can move to one of the adjacent squares. I will move you to the other map.
And I can use my action surge and use one of my cantrips. I'm asking.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm being dumb. I'm like, where's my map? It's because I scrolled it the other way. Yes, you can. Oh, wait. Can your cantrip... Oh, yeah, you can.
Yes.
You can action surge.
All right, and I'm going to cast Firebolt at the spider. And hope
Alrighty.
not to hit pants.
And your bolt of fire zaps out of your hands. It's the first time that you've done this. And this bolt of fire zips around Pants' head and goes right into the giant wolf spider. And it catches a flame, and its 7 remaining arms fly up into the air, and it flips over. Ah! And it's dead.
The people above us must be so confused.
Bambershoot, like, what did I sign up for?
Is this what you deal with on a daily basis?
All right, and I think, is that everything for your turn, Aleran?
Yes.
All right. Izzy!
All right, so I will head over to the grate and look down and see if there's room for my little self to get down. And I don't think there really.
So it takes you 4... Wait, does it take you... It took you 15 feet of movement to... Okay, 10 feet to get to the side of the grate. There is a square you could climb down to beside Aleran and Pants. I mean, I'm wrong. Beside Pants and a strange crustacean. And then you could move another 15 feet if there were 15 feet available to move.
Do I have visual range of the strange crustacean?
You can see the strange crustacean. You can see the strange crustacean. You can see Pants, and you can see Kit Kat. It's directly below the grate.
Okay, so I'm going to try and cast Sacred Flame at the strange crustacean.
Alrighty.
I think I can never read these. Did it work or not?
It's safe.
It
saved.
succeeded. Yeah, it saved.
Okay, I all done.
Okay. It is the strange crustacean's turn. This time, it's going to try and give Kit Kat a hug.
I don't want a death hug.
It is successful.
I don't like death hugs.
This doesn't do any damage, but Kit Kat is now grappled and cannot attack. So on subsequent turns, you're going to have to make saves to try to get out of the crustacean's grapple.
Can I ask this quickly? Can I, on the boat, technically, did we take a long rest?
You had a long rest before you got on the boat.
Good, because for some reason I'm wounded for 15 points.
Oh yeah, you should be wounded for 15 points.
I should?
You shouldn't.
Okay. Okay, I fixed
Yeah,
that. Thanks.
that looks more like. No wait.
Kit Kat's dead.
I typed it wrong, sorry.
That was the wrong kind of fixing.
Yeah, it was. I did a wrong. Sorry.
All right.
What role
It
would
is
I have to do?
It's Zaleria's turn. Next turn, you'll get to do a roll.
Okay.
Okay, so there are a lot of people down there helping out, but I'm gonna go ahead and go down, and then Bambershoot. Do I have to order him to move, or does he move like with?
You can order him to move separately. I think he has different movement speed than you do.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna move down. The same way that.
All right.
And then I'll leave Bambershoot up there for now.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna attack with my longbow.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Runs in the family.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use Ensnaring Strike as a bonus action on the crustacean.
You're gonna double grapple it.
Oh, it's already grappled. I forgot about that. I'll just do Hunter's Mark then.
Okay.
How do I just
You just.
drag the effect?
I don't think we have a specific effect for it.
Yep. There's
I
one
have
for
an
Hunter's
effect.
Mark. You drag the little person onto the strange crustacean.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I did it. All right, so that'll be my bonus action, and then can I still call Bambershoot down, or yeah, can I still? Is that an action to?
No, you're gonna have to, because you would have to aid Bambershoot in getting down that rope. He's not going to be able to secure himself on the rope without assistance.
700-pound elk just falls into the hole on top of everyone.
He would basically fall into the holes on top of everybody.
He would fall into the hole and then fall through it, make another hole.
Yeah, and like Pants and Kit Kat and the strange crustacean would all they would all have to make saves, as well as Bambershoot.
Okay, we're just gonna leave him up there then. So that'll be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. And
Just hanging with the elk.
And Bambershoot.
You can move Bambershoot up on the top on that main deck, but otherwise that's about all he can do this turn.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Pants.
All right. I would like to, sorry. I'm going to shift up here against the strange crustacean to make some more room, and then I'm going to smack him with the 4x4.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Woo! And you get to do. Did it double it?
Yep.
Cool.
And I rolled like poop.
Whoop! But you rolled like double poo.
Right.
Because it was nat 20. Anything else you would like to do for your turn?
Contemplating. No, I'm going to save my action surge. Yeah, that will be all.
Alrighty. Wait, it just skipped something it shouldn't have skipped. Oh, I don't like one of my settings. I'm going to have to change it back. It's actually a swarm of strange insects that kind of look like what you would get if a spider and a crab had a baby. Spider crabs climbs out of the cobwebs lining this corridor next to Aleran and Zaleria. And they try to bite Zaleria. It's a hit. Just double checking something. And it does 14 damage. Oh my gosh, did it roll your concentration save automatically?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Fantasy Grounds.
Because he had a concentration target on with the Hunter's Mark.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so Zaleria gets enswarmed by these spider crabs and they bite her and inflict all of these wounds, but she's still able to maintain her concentration upon the strange crustacean.
Sweet.
Now it's Kit Kat's turn. You can do a
Yay!
strength DC, strength check to see if you escape.
Alright. So strength
Strength save.
DC. That.
That is not good enough.
Oh.
So you are grappled for this turn and cannot do any actions.
DM.
Yes.
The I don't know if this is a special grapple or not, but traditionally they get to either make a strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check to escape.
It's special.
It's special grapple. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
You had to be special. No, I'm joking.
Had to be special. Hey, look, same side. I'm trying to help.
I know, thank you. But it had to be special. Did I do that right?
Yes. And another swarm of spider crab crawls down the highway, down the hallway, along the walls, toward Pants. And it tries to bite Pants. Chomp, 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 chomp. But it misses. A little excited frenzy, and none of the little pincers get purchase upon the Warforged sinew.
You guys are slightly creepy.
And the swarm of insects crawls along the wall, and it lands over here.
That's more than slightly creepy.
Another swarm of insects drops down from the ceiling. Lands next to Zaleria, Aleran, and Kit Kat. And it tries to bite Aleran. But misses.
Are we on yellow dungeon alert yet?
And then a fourth swarm of spider crabs crawls down the hall and it crawls along the wall, and then it kind of crawls between, kind of enveloping Kit Kat in pants,
Uh,
and it tries to bite Kit Kat.
the swarm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it hits. And she takes 9 damage. Aleran, it's your turn.
Okay.
Good thing I
since,
went and fixed my HP.
Just I guess a question before I determine what I'm going to do. I have Ice Knife, and when you cast it, it does damage to the target and then explodes and does damage to all creatures within 5 feet. Does that creatures within 5 feet include party members?
Yes, I would say it does.
Please do not cast an AoE in this hallway.
That's why I asked first. All right, so we are doing a cantrip, and we're going to.
I was like, if you were a class that had like a shape spell or careful spell kind of thing, I'd be like, you can avoid them, but I don't think Eldritch Knights can do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask before I. And I missed anyway.
No, that was, you just rolled the, what did you do?
Not sure how he's getting the save on it, too. There's no save for Firebolt.
It would be if you did the Firebolt, yeah, why are you getting a save instead of
I'm
a ranged
dragging.
attack?
I'm dragging the die that's right next to Firebolt
Let me look at your
onto
Firebolt.
the spider.
Huh. It has an attack, the ranged attack, but it also has a save. Why does it have a save?
Click the magnifying glass and just clear it.
Yeah, that's there by accident from something else.
We were messing around with your spells. It probably got shoved in there somehow.
Okay. So re-roll?
Well,
Let's get rid of this. Oh. Okay. Theoretically, I removed it. Try again.
or it would be at disadvantage anyway.
And I missed anyway.
It depends on which one he targets.
No, it's because he's within fight. There are hostiles within 5 feet of him. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it can be
who
any
the target is.
hostile? Okay.
Any hostile within 5 feet.
So that's a miss. All right.
So Zaleria's bow would also
You've already
be
used
it.
your action surge, right?
Yes.
All right. Izzy!
All right, so I can see the massive swarms of spider crabs.
Spider crabs, do the things that spider crabs do.
That's enough. I've got goosebumps. Moving on. So I'm going. All I can do is look down and see spider crabs. This is not a nice thing. I'm going to try casting Sacred Flame on one of the swarms of spider crabs. So I probably could see the ones that are in front of Izzy. Of Kit Kat and Aleran, right?
You can see the one that is. You have no problem seeing the one that's between Pants and Kit Kat.
Okay, that's the one I'll go.
Because that's directly under the grate.
Okay.
Okay.
Bad spider crabs.
They say. Now, if you put your head in the grate and looked around, you could see the other things.
Yeah. Okay. No, that didn't work. So bad spider.
Bad spider crabs.
Sorry, guys. I tried.
The strange crustacean has a hold of Kit Kat, and so that's all it does. It just keeps on grappling with Kit Kat. Zaleria, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. I rolled 2 1s attacking this thing. Oh my god.
And that would have been at disadvantage as well, because it's a ranged weapon.
I don't think it matters, though.
Yeah, but with a 1, I'm sorry. I think you inherited that from me.
It's fine.
It runs in the bloodstream of the Bews.
The critical failures are strong with this
Do you
one.
want to move Bambershoot at all?
No. He can stay right where he is.
Pants.
Okay. We're going to try again to get this strange crustacean.
That's a hit.
Aww.
You're hacking away at the strange crustacean, and it makes these little strange sounds. You see its skin kind of pulse a little in this eerie, unearthly manner.
That's not good. Does it look like it's taken a bit of a beating?
You've got a couple little teeny hacks in the plates that kind of line the sides. And you see a little gash at the kind of bulbous tissue in between. But otherwise, it looks okay. It doesn't really look bothered.
Okay.
It's just happy to have its one grasping claw on Kit Kat's arm and kind of with its tentacle wrapped around her. It's perfectly happy to just stand there and kind of hold her fast.
I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse. But that's my turn.
It's like she just has this alien latched onto her and it's just taking a nap now.
It's using her as a teddy bear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes me so much better.
One of these swarms of insects, titters, spider crabs, they go for Aleran trying to bite. And they miss. Kit Kat, you can try to save.
Strength, right?
Strength save.
Yeah. Okay, no. I'm still stuck.
Standing around.
Just in the claws, just like, hi, how are you guys doing?
It's fun.
You should try it. Take my place. Please.
One of the other swarms of insects tries to bite Pants. It misses. I'm going to change the color of my dice.
Funny thing is, we have to take your word on that because we never see it. We just see the shadow.
You see the shadow dice, but the viewers, all 2 of them, like Zaleria's dad, will eventually get to see that it was a miss, and they're laughing at the numbers that I'm rolling.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he watches.
Mm-hmm. Another swarm of insects tries to take a bite out of Aleran and really misses. Some of them seem to bite themselves, and it takes 1 point of damage. Kind of to match my roll. So that dice color change did not work. And then another swarm of spider crabs tries to bite Kit Kat.
I'm just reading the combat log here. Miss.
And it also
Automatic
misses.
Miss.
I need to go get some sage and do a cleansing ritual. Aleran, it's your turn.
Okay. I think I am going to go back to the trusty battle axe.
Right, that's a hit. So as you swing your battle axe and you slash it through the crowd of spider crabs, you feel like your battle axe is hitting some of these creatures, but because it's a swarm, and these spider crabs are so tiny and moving with such frenzy, you feel like you aren't doing effective damage with your slashing weapon. So it took half damage. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Aleran?
No, I think that's it. Let me end my turn.
So you're summoning a spiritual weapon?
Actually, yes, that hit attack instead. But that as my turn, I'm casting spiritual weapon.
Okay.
It can.
Where would you like to place? Because it can be anywhere within your view.
At the swarm that's in front of Izzy. But if we go by the roll that I did, I missed.
Okay. And where did you want it? You wanted it at the swarm?
I mean, in front of Kit Kat.
No, with the swarm rules, her spiritual weapon can actually exist on the same spot.
Yeah.
In front of.
It can.
No.
I'm looking for a token. I feel like I had a token, but I don't see the token. So it's going to be a tasty ham.
Yeah, didn't you have a spiritual knitting needle that you were talking about?
I think I did, but I don't remember where it is. I thought I had a sovereign host symbol, actually, and I don't know where it is. So I will have to find it later. But for now, let's pretend the sovereign host is represented by a ham.
I'm cool with it.
Okay. And I'm going to kind of move it slightly to the... Wait, not that to the side. For this reason. So that people can target that swarm if they want to. The strange crustacean continues to hug Kit Kat. Zaleria.
Yay.
Woo, woo, woo! It's my turn! Woo, woo!
You hit with your short sword. And you do 4 damage. Like Aleran experienced, as your short sword cuts through the swarm, you feel like it's not necessarily striking flesh like you would normally feel when you're stabbing something, so it's not doing as effective damage. Is there anything else you want to do this turn?
No, I will pass.
Okay. pants.
We're gonna try and hit that weirdo station again. Wow, that hit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what the heck? This thing's kind of weirding me out that it's just sitting there not doing anything. So I'm gonna drop an action surge
Okay.
and hit him again. Oh. So just over and over, just raising the 2x4, bringing it down on the weird goopy crab tentacle. Splat, splat, splat.
Finally, you've pounded this strange crustacean enough that you begin to see significant wounds on it. There's a large crack on one of its plates where it's kind of been sundered in half by the blows from your 4x4. And it's making some shrieks now like it's displeasure. One of these swarms decides to go chomp, chomp, chomp. It tries to chomp Aleran. And it misses. Kit Kat! You can try to save.
Is it I?
Yes. Try to do your save.
Hiya.
All right, that is not good enough.
I want freedom.
One of the other swarms of insects tries to chomp Pants. And it misses. Another one tries to bite Kit Kat. And it misses. And another one tries to bite Kit Kat.
Why?
Because
No.
you are held captive.
I don't like being a captive audience. But crash.
It does 6 damage. Aleran.
All right. I think since it's resistant to slashing damage, I think I am going back to. And I missed again.
Okay. But remember that the range is disadvantage.
Yeah, excellent. I thought about that just as I was clicking and let go.
Anything
I
else?
can roll again if you like.
No, because it's still a miss.
No, that's it.
Alrighty. Izzy! Your spiritual weapon is here.
Okay, and that would be considered a bonus action at this point, correct?
You get to do something and it gets to attack.
Okay, so I'm going to try the Sacred Flame at the swarm again in front of Izzy.
Let me do it. I'm not going to move it back next time so as to allow targeting.
We know it's there.
We know it's there.
I don't know if it worked. Hold on, let me try that again.
All right.
So they failed, correct?
Yes. Yeah, you can roll damage. And you hear sizzle, 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 sizzle sounds in your beam of light that you call down. It's like mosquitoes getting caught in the light. Little insects pop, pop, pop.
All right, and then I will attack with the spiritual hammer or spiritual weapon.
Your spiritual ham?
Yeah, my spiritual ham.
That's a hit.
Did I end up on them?
I'm not sure you did. Wait, it was.
No, I don't think it ended up on them.
Let me add to it.
Okay.
And that swarm of insects, while it's still there, you see now that after your attacks with light and with your spiritual ham, you can now see through that space. It's a lot clearer, less distinct that there are a swarm of a lot of this. You've killed enough of the spider crabs that it's no longer such a dark, dense cloud of insects.
Yay!
Anything else? Okay.
No,
This-
that was good.
The strange crustacean, having been pummeled from something behind it or to the side of it, loses interest in Kit Kat and releases her from its grasp.
Finally.
Whips around its tentacle back towards Pants and tries to give him a hug instead. But fails. I mean, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about how badly I roll.
Can you change your dice colors?
I've changed them like twice already, and it's still not helping. I mean, I guess
Third time's a charm.
I did land one attack on you on Kit Kat, and
Yeah.
one on Zaleria earlier, but that's it. All the rest of them have been quite dismal. Zaleria, it is your turn.
Yee!
Yay!
Okay, I'm going to do my thing with the short sword, even though it's not that effective because I'm at disadvantage on my longbow attacks, and we all know how prone I am to rolling ones.
Genetically,
Or you
or
can run a 24.
so it was resisted. The piercing damage was resisted. So you only did, I think, 2 damage. But you did hit, and you did damage. It's better than 0.
Yes, and that's what counts. I'm gonna not do anything with bamboo shoots. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Pants.
Okay, well, we're going to take this 4x4 and hit that strange crustacean again.
You hit the strange crustacean.
And one of these years, I'll roll more than a 2 for my damage.
But you did a good job, Pants.
And that's all I got.
You strike it again with your 4x4. It lets out a squeal and it waves its tentacle about.
No longer with Kit Kat.
No longer embracing Kit Kat, but just in a frenzy in Pants' general direction. A swarm of the spider crabs goes for Aleran. Maybe one day it will actually land on something. And it does. But
Notice that she resisted the urge to cheer.
But this swarm is weakened, and it does less damage than you've seen it do previously. The swarms do previously, and Aleran only gets 5 damage. Kit Kat, you actually get to have a turn. Oh, let me remove the effect. I forgot to remove it.
Please.
You're no longer grappled. What do you do?
No. I might heal myself so I don't die.
That's an option.
I'm gonna do that. I did that. Okay, we're good. Can I do anything else?
Unless you want to bardically inspire somebody else. Pants still has his.
Pants still has his.
I haven't needed to use it yet.
Hey, why don't you bardically inspire the DM?
Hey,
No.
no,
I can use all the help I can get.
no. So, I think that's the end of my turn, unless. I might put it on Zaleria since she's having a little bit of some trouble. So, Zaleria, you're awesome. Keep going. There you go. That's my bardic inspiration.
All right.
Thank you so much. That was so nice.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh.
So, Zaleria, you'll be able to use a d6 on one of your future rolls to add
Nice.
to what you already rolled.
Sweet. I will definitely use that.
You're welcome.
All
I'm
right.
here for a while. I have more if you need, because, you know.
All right. So that's your turn.
Yes.
A swarm of insects tries to chomp Pants. And it misses. And that's not my fault.
You know what? The swarm of... This is getting really irritating, so I'm going to use one of my superiority dice and drop a riposte. Since it missed.
Little spider crabs keep buzzing around you.
And just drop the die on the crab. There we go.
And you hit.
And I get to
do a d8.
D8 and my 4x4. Well, is the D8's going to be partially resisted too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll just throw it over there so you can have it.
You have learned that these spider crabs are hard to hit with bludgeoning damage as well.
And that's my turn.
Or that was your reaction.
Oh, right. Oops.
Another bunch of spider crabs tries to get Aleran. This one is unerring. It is a fantastic bunch of spider crabs. They really got Aleran's number. And they critically hit and do 28 points of damage.
Oh!
Aleran is down.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oof.
Cleric. 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 Cleric.
The next bunch of spider crabs goes for Pants. And it misses. Aleran, do a death save.
All right, how do I do a death save?
Roll a d20.
It's on your main page, the main tab of your character sheet at the bottom.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
death saves and a die.
And it has three little tiki bars. Okay, that is a failure. 2 failures because it was a 1.
Cleric!
I'm coming up next. No worries, no worries.
Cleric.
Izzy!
Yeah, okay, so I
Oh,
can't
God.
touch hit you. However, I can use healing word.
You hear the party screaming, "Cleric! Cleric!"
Man down, man down.
Yeah.
So Aleran is healed for 11 points. You're prone on the floor, but you are no longer unconscious and dying.
And I still have the bonus action for the spiritual weapon.
Yes, you do.
Heal him again.
Wait. Actually, no, because healing word is a bonus action.
Oh yeah, that's right. Healing word is
Oh,
bonus.
that's true.
All
I
right,
don't.
so I can't.
Let me
But
check something. But go ahead. You have another attack for you. And I'm going to look at the spiritual weapon just to double check.
It's a bonus action.
yeah, they're both bonus actions.
I was thinking that casting it is a bonus action, but once it's summoned, it acts independently.
It's a bonus action on your turn,
Okay.
so
All
I
right.
only can do one, and obviously I chose the better of the two.
So take your main
But you can
your
still-
main
But you
action.
can still Sacred Flame.
The main action would have been to heal Aleran with healing word,
Okay.
which actually counts as a bonus action.
But you can do something else.
Oh, I can sacred flame the. Let's try to flame the bugs. Oh,
All right. And it
bugger.
succeeds against you miss.
Mom made a pun.
The light zaps into some spider webs and kind of sizzles, but it misses the bugs, the spider crabs.
But he ain't dead anymore, so.
Yay! The
The
strange
cleric did her
crustacean.
job.
The strange crustacean is still interested in pants. And it grapples him. You are now grappled, Warforged sir.
I'm critically grappled.
You're critically grappled. Chunk. It's like this strange crustacean wound his tentacle around you with his claw and he grabbed you by the soul stone.
Yee.
Yeah. Zaleria, it's your turn.
Yee! Again, I'm so excited.
Yo, bardic inspiration.
If I don't kill this dang spider crab,
You rolled damage instead of attack.
well, that's awkward. Didn't mean to do that.
That was a hit.
Hey.
Woohoo.
And don't roll damage again. We'll just leave that 3 damage that you did.
Okay, but I want to add that bardic inspiration to the damage.
Oh.
So do I just roll like another d6?
Yes. Okay.
You know what? Every little bit helps.
And
Wait. How are you adding the bardic inspiration to the damage?
Magic. Don't question it, just go with it. It works
hold a
everywhere.
second.
You can add it to the attack roll.
Might
Does
not work
it?
for damage.
Doesn't work for damage. It works on d20.
It doesn't. Okay, well then.
Okay, it doesn't work on the damage roll. It's a attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Okay, well, never mind then. How long does it last?
10
Only
minutes.
this
10
turn.
minutes.
Okay, so we'll
Okay.
say you didn't use that.
All right, sounds good. That'll be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Pants, you are grappled. Do a strength save.
Well, to clarify, just I'm not familiar with the College of the Opera. Is that something that College of the Opera allows?
No.
Okay.
No. I just wanted that to happen because I want to make her happy.
Okay. I will attempt to break free. Is it a strength saving throw or is it a
Yes.
strength check?
Saving throw.
Okay.
That is
Nope.
not good enough. Swarm of insects tries to bite Zaleria. It hits.
Uh-oh.
It does.
It was just my hunter's mark expired.
Your concentration failed, but the swarm only did 2 damage.
Okay, all right, I'll take.
Kit Kat.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's take. Which swarm is closest? Which swarm is closest? They're all around. I did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
You have to attack first, baby.
Yeah, I know. It didn't go. It was a 19 and it just disappeared. 19 again and it just disappeared.
I know, it's sad. Try again.
It was a freaking 19 twice. That makes no sense.
Sorry. Anything else you'd like to do?
Let's. Since I'm just giving it out today, Aleran, you're awesome. Keep going, buddy.
Thank you.
Bardic inspiration.
Alrighty.
Shelling it out.
So Pants, Zaleria, and Aleran all have Bardic Inspiration dice.
I can do that.
And you're down to 1?
Yes, and I'm probably going to use it on Izzy at some point.
Okay.
Everyone gets one every long rest.
All
I thought
right.
you were going to use it on Bambershoot before you used it on me.
I would. Okay. I can see where you're going with that.
Alrighty. Swarm of insects after Pants. But it misses.
Have I used my I used my reaction this turn?
You can't do that while you're grappled.
Oh, that's a good point.
Another swarm of insects tries to bite Kit Kat.
Oh.
It's a hit.
I can see my mom slightly panicking in the corner.
Does 13 damage.
Okay.
And
This is fun.
another swarm of spider crabs tries to bite Pants. It is a hit.
All right, the DM needs to change her dice again. They're 2.
And that does 8 damage to Pants.
Ow. Wait. Did they bite me in the buttocks?
They did. They bit you in the buttocks. That's why they finally hit you.
I'm so glad I'm not a paladin and I can just touch wherever I want to heal.
Aleran, it is your turn.
All right, let's see. I guess let's go ahead and how do I cancel a dice roll once I've got the die up on my cursor?
Just let it go on the desktop.
Okay, and I need to go disadvantage. All right, and as a bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind.
Alrighty.
Wow, my rolls just suck.
One's for everybody.
Yay.
You've burnt more spider webs with your firebolt. So the hallway is looking a little bit cleaner.
And it dropped to 19 too. That hurts.
And anything else for your turn? Izzy.
All right, so we're gonna try and fry some bugs. Ah, bad bugs. And we're gonna cast with the spiritual weapon. Is it? Yay!
Yay! Your spiritual ham swings through the spider crab. Does 11 damage.
Whoop whoop, go me.
So there's 2 clouds of these spider crab swarms that look like they have been cleared out and aren't as dense, but 2 of them are still buzzing quite angrily in dent. The strange crustacean continues to hug pants. It's Zaleria's turn.
Okay.
That's a hit with your short sword. All right. With that last swing of your short sword, it's more like a kind of a lunge with your short sword. You manage to pierce the last 3 little spider crab bugs all in one row. And that swarm disappears.
Woohoo!
All right. Anything else for you? Zaleria, end your turn.
Sorry.
Yay! Thank you. Pants! Do your strength save to see if you break free of this grapple hug.
I'm torn between if I should break free or if I should actually try and hug it. Oh, what the heck.
That is good enough. You punch out your arms. The tentacle claw goes wide, and you are no longer grappled.
Yay! And that's all I got.
That's all you got. One of the dense clouds of spider crabs still tries to bite you pants.
Right, that's the unconscious one.
One I thought it was going to skip it. Wait.
You have to mark it as dead, I think.
Oh, yeah. Let me remove it. Kit Kat.
Hello. So, I'm gonna heal myself. Again.
Right now, you're going to heal yourself, the swarm, and Aleran.
You've
Am
got them
I?
targeted. See it, hon?
Ah, yeah. How do I fix that?
Control key and then click on all the things you want to unselect.
What?
So I think it's you hold down your control key and then click on
Control key.
Aleran.
Click on Aleran. Unclick Aleran.
All right, let me edit it.
Help.
All right, just your is targeted.
Yay, thank you. Okay. I better now. Izzy's still upstairs and she's not really fighting, so I'm not going to give her any bardic inspiration this round. So that
Okay.
ends my turn.
All right. Now, swarm, bites, pants, maybe in the buttocks.
Ooh, no.
No, they just miss his buttocks.
And
Oh,
now that
no.
I am free, I'll use my reaction to drop a superiority die and riposte and swing at them for trying to bite me in the naughty bits.
You hit.
And yeah, that's the end of the reaction.
Okay. The next swarm of insects tries to bite Kit Kat.
Why did I call it? I'm just sitting
It
here and saying,
hits.
don't.
And it does
don't like
13
this.
points of damage.
I
Ouch.
don't like this.
And that was one of the plump and juicy swarms that's still around. One of the swarms is kind of threadbare looking, and two of them are still pretty dense.
That makes me angry.
The threadbare looking cloud of spider crabs takes a bite out of pants, or attempts to, in the general buttock region. And it also misses. In fact, it bites, it tries the same move that the previous swarm of spider crabs tried and misses the exact same way.
Bad spiders.
Aleran.
All right, I have not been rolling well. Let's go back to the axe.
Hey, keep going. You got this. Bardic inspiration.
That is a hit.
Ayy.
You do 2 damage to one of the clouds of spider crabs. Izzy.
Now I can still only see the group that's in front of Kit Kat, correct? Without sticking half myself down the hole, which is not safe.
Right, you can only see below the grate directly. So you can see pants, you can see Kit Kat, you can see one of the swarms, you can see the strange crustacean.
Oh, I can see the that's the strange crustacean.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is
Let's
apparently
try.
made of hit points.
And it's still not, it's no longer hugging you, so.
It's not hugging anybody at the moment. All right. You shoot a bolt of light at the strange crustacean. Doing 6 damage.
And the spiritual weapon, I'll go further with the same. Except that didn't work. I'll try that again. I miss.
That was a miss. Is that everything for your turn?
That is everything for my turn.
Strange crustacean tries to get pants again. Loving that pants.
Of course, they're Gochi.
And it critically hugs pants. You might have a member of your fan club pants.
I might.
This might be how spider crab babies are born. Awkward.
There's like no sound.
Crickets. Oh, Zaleria, it's your turn. Zaleria.
I'm here. All right, I'm gonna attack.
I'm so
Man.
sorry.
It's okay. Well, that's it for my turn.
Okay. Pants. You're
All right.
grappled. Do your save.
That's right, I'm grappled.
But you free yourself.
No. Bad creepy crustacean.
Alrighty. Kit Kat.
It is my turn. Again. Just gotta.
You may want to heal your. Yeah, I was gonna say you may want to heal yourself.
I want to do that. Okay, that ends my turn again.
Oh, bad mommy cleric. I didn't notice that she was down that low.
Bad mommy cleric trying to kill me again.
The
It's okay.
2 hit points.
2 hit
She's almost
points,
on.
barely dying, barely holding on, seeing that light. Oh yeah, let me go do
Don't worry, she's much better now.
much better. I have I'm not much better.
Another swarm of spider crabs tries to bite Pants in the buttock. They hit him critically in the buttocks.
Uh-oh.
Who knew that leeches and spider crabs were going to be so terrifying?
And they do 22 points of damage. Pants is...
Yeah.
He deactivates. He lies down on the floor, prone and horizontally.
Actually, before that happens, I'm going to use my last superiority die and use parry to reduce the amount of damage by 1d8.
Okay.
So that puts me at 5.
Alrighty, so you are not unconscious. Do you have the effect? You do have the effect, don't you? Let us
I just
remove
adjusted
it.
the hit points.
I'm going to remove the unconscious effect, though. And the grapple, which I didn't remove before. It's not doing anything other than just making you lose your turn.
Spin around like lightsaber style, deflect some of the spider crabs with a piece of wood.
The next swarm of spider crabs attacks Kit Kat.
I swear.
And at this point, I'm rolling to see who it attacked.
Any.
It hits. Does 9 damage.
I just got those 9 back.
So Kit Kat is heavily wounded again and bleeding.
Again.
And then there's another swarm of spider crab. Tries to bite Aleran. Hits.
I'm gonna do a reaction and cast shield on myself.
Okay.
Smooth.
Now, what does shield do to reduce your? I know that it blocks
bumps-
magic missile, but
It bumps his AC by 5
up
until
to
the end of the turn.
5.
So that his AC is 23.
So now he's 23 now. Okay, so you don't take damage. And how long does it last? The end of the round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the end of his turn.
Okay, the end of his turn. Now it's his turn.
All right. I am not doing well tonight. Let's see.
Right, you hit the spider crabs with your firebolt.
Oh, that was on a 10.
I know that was terrible how that rolled over. Alright, you did 4 damage. That damage was not reduced. Izzy, save the day.
Okay, so
Ah.
we're going with, because a lot of the healing spells is saying that it doesn't affect constructs, but we're just saying that Pants takes half healing, correct?
Yeah, the house rule is that he takes half. He's resistant to positive healing damage. I mean, positive healing. So it's half.
Okay, so I cast Prayer of Healing.
That takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, that takes 10
Yeah.
minutes.
So that's what I'm going to do, because you guys are all dying.
So you start a prayer of healing going.
Mm-hmm.
Just a point of order. That would take effect in 59 rounds.
Yeah, why don't we not do that? Because that's going to take way too long. Hold on.
You're a life cleric, though, right?
Yeah.
You do have a channel divinity thing.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Okay, so it says it can't be used on constructs, but we're going to allow it.
Yeah, half healing. 2
Okay.
for 1.
2 for 1 deal.
And I think you can split it amongst people who are below 50% of their health.
Right. So I can see if it does that. All right. So how would I cast that on multiple people?
I think you're going to have to just tell them how many points you're giving them back. Because you get a certain pool of points, kind of like lay on hands.
There's a certain pool, right?
Yeah, so you can say I'm giving you 7 hit. You get 7 hit points back. You get 15 hit points back, or something like that.
Okay. Let's get Pants to. We're gonna give Pants. Trying to think. So if he got to get him to at least stand.
Oh, I think he's standing. He has
Okay.
5. He has 5 hit points.
All right. So
I have 2.
Pink Kit will get 5. Well, I'm going to do 5, 5, and 5. That makes sense.
And I guess, well, for Pants, it would take 10 out of the 15 to give him 5 hit points back.
Yeah,
So it
get
gives
them.
him
I have
2.
second wind.
Okay, all right. So we'll divide it equally. We'll give 8 to Kit Kat and 7 to Aleran.
Wait, how much does Aleran have? He has. You can give Aleran 1 back because you can only heal up to halfway. So we'll say you can give him 1 back, and you can hold some in reserve. I'll say.
All right. Well,
what would be what's half of 21?
She can heal you for 9 hit points.
All right, so 9 and 1 is 10, and I've got 5 in.
Yeah.
All right, so I have 5 in reserve, and then the spiritual.
Wait a minute, I'm dumb. We have the freaking health potions. I went and took health potions. I'm dumb.
All right. I miss. All set.
We need to adjust their actual hit points.
Yeah.
I adjusted mine.
So, Laren, you can give yourself 1 hit point back.
You're still showing as 2, honey.
On my main screen, I changed it from 15 to 16, but it doesn't seem to have updated the combat track.
I'll update it. So Kit Kat should have 11 hit points now, and you should have
11. That would be 12.
It is 12.
You had
2.
2. You had 2. You can get 9 back max.
Okay. then 11. Right? Okay.
There we go.
Strange crustacean. Is gonna try to get pants again.
Bring it on.
Misses. Zaleria, it is down to you.
We just lost Zaleria.
Oh no!
Did it hit 9:40 and she went bedtime?
She's still in chat. But she must be having connection issues.
I'm here. My computer almost died, but I
Oh no!
managed to.
Okay, you disconnected from Fantasy Grounds. While you reconnect, we'll go on to the next person and then we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
So pants.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is drop my second wind. Really?
That's just so wrong.
Okay. Well, that happened. And then we're going to slam into this strange crustacean again. Actually, no, we're not going to do the strange crustacean. He's not actually doing damage. We're going to go on Swarm of Insect Spider Crabs number 2. I'm going to... no, I'm not going to use the Bardic Inspiration. That's not going to... Well, maybe. Let's see.
Do you feel lucky?
That would make that an 11?
Not quite good enough.
Not quite. Oh, well.
She wasn't inspiring enough.
Do I need to yell?
And that is... Yeah, that's everything.
All right, Kit Kat.
Yeah.
You have a turn.
Whoa. That's crazy. Take that. Why? I don't like how they're always partially resisted.
So you do 3 points of damage to this swarm of little spider crab.
All right. And that's when I'll end my.
That swarm of spider crabs is starting to look downright threadbare.
Sweet.
That's why it's so hard to do damage to, is because at this point there's just a few little spider crabs like tittering and swarming in place, trying to spin their weaves as they flitter about.
Fun.
Spin their weaves, is that what I said? Like, I don't know words anymore. Spinning their webs.
Oh, I just had a picture of someone with like a wig just twirling it around in their finger.
Or like a DJ spinning a record.
I have a sentence from my mom about her not being able to speak English. Bunnies lay their young in the ground. Instead of the bunny put her babies in a burrow.
AFK a moment, must go kill a teen.
Another person.
She's already low on hit points.
Ah, thanks.
All right, another swarm of spiders tries to nom 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 pants in the buttocks. Oh, but luckily that die rolled over and they managed to bite themselves. And they did 4 damage to themselves.
Cannibal spiders.
They're getting like that weird animal disease where it's like they eat each other.
I might have typoed, but now I can't remember what the original number is, so I'm going to go with the number I think is typed. Because it's higher. I mean, more in your favor. There's another swarm of spider crabs. They're pretty dense. It attacks Aleran. It misses. And the very threadbare swarm of spider crabs tries to bite Pants in the buttocks. Hits. Does 8 damage. And Pants is now prone.
Cleric.
Zaleria, have you successfully been able to connect to the game?
It seems like I'm connected on this end, but I don't. Does it show up on yours?
I can see you connected now. If you would like to take your turn. Actually, when we get to you next, you can have 2 attacks because we've almost circled around to you again.
Okay, that's cool. Can you reshare the map with me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Aleran.
All right.
That firebolt missed. Izzy.
Okay, so he's already only at 0, so spare the dying really wouldn't help him at all.
Yeah, it would.
It would?
It means I don't have to make death saves.
Oh, okay.
It
Then-
stabilizes me.
All right, then I will cast spare the dying on Pants.
Pants, you be spared.
Woohoo!
Woot woot.
Your systems come
Yeah.
back online.
No, I'm still at 0 hit points and
Yeah.
unconscious. I just don't have to make death saves.
Right. It's best I can do without touching anyone. So, because y'all icky. And then I'm going to try this. Dragonmarked requires touch.
Okay.
I
All
hit
right.
with the spiritual weapon.
And
Finally.
you managed to stab the last of those little spider crabs.
Woot woot. Go the cleric.
And they are done. Strange crustacean. Can't get enough of Pants. Tries to hug Pants again.
He's already down.
That means he can't resist.
Yeah, he can't resist.
That's
So I'm just gonna sit here and be hugged.
Yep. Hug.
We are going to have to check any of his like crevices and
He's a pants
stuff
pillow.
for like eggs.
He probably needs a
Ew.
decontaminating
Ew.
shower later. Zaleria, you get to attack twice.
Yay! Okay.
That's 2 hits.
Okay, and then I'll roll my damage. Okay, and then I'll just pass.
So that swarm of spider crabs is beginning to look threadbare. In fact, both sets of spider crabs that are left are both beginning to look pretty weak and less swarmy. Pants, how would you like to lie unconscious on the floor?
I would like to actually rewind a little bit on a thought. Izzy had 5 of those points from Spare the Dying, or not Spare the Dying, from Preserve Life in Reserve.
Her channel divinity. Yeah, she could have healed you for 2 hit points. But that was last turn.
Okay. I would like to lay sprawled out in the running man pose.
Alrighty. Kit Kat.
Yes. Do do do.
Alright, that's a miss. Spider crabs, spider crabs. These spider crabs, seeing their strange crustacean friend kind of lying on top of Pants, who is lying on the floor, decides to crawl around the wall toward Kit Kat and Aleran.
Don't you dare.
And it tries to bite Aleran. But misses. The next swarm of spider crabs tries to bite Zaleria. Does a critical hit.
Oh.
But this is a weaker set of spider crabs. You've done enough damage that it's not as bad of a critical hit as if this swarm was at its full strength. So it does 10 damage.
That's still a lot.
Aleran.
All right, firebolt again.
Okay, so to give the 2 hit points to Pants, that counts as an action on my turn, right? Because I've
Right.
held it over from another. All right. So I give 2 hit points to Pants from the 5 that I was holding over. And I will attack with a spirit. Well, I will attempt to attack with a spiritual weapon. I can't attack the one on Pants because it might injure Pants. So
But that would only be if you critically failed.
I've already rolled. Unless you want to take the 23
But you
and
do
put
hit.
that toward.
No,
You do hit something.
spiders are a much larger threat.
Okay. All right. So I hit them and yay!
And you manage to squash with your spiritual ham. You have splatted the last of those spider crabs.
Go cleric. Tick.
Yay, go mom.
You're down to 1 swarm of spider crabs and a strange crustacean. Strange crustacean just stays lying where it is. Zaleria, it is your turn.
Okay.
You do 3 damage to one of the swarms of spider crabs.
Okay. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Pants, you have 2 hit points.
All right. I would like to use half my movement to stand up. And politely request that my unconscious, thank you. Scooch down. Oh no, I can't because
You're
he's on
grappled.
my face.
He lets you stand up, though. It's a better hugging position. Kit Kat.
Okie dokie. Yes. Yay.
Cool. And actually, Pants, I should have let you do a strength save since you were conscious.
I did.
Oh, you did? Is that what I missed?
I
You
got
rolled
a
a
9.
Oh, I see. Okay. Never mind. I didn't see it. Spider crab. Attacks Kit Kat. Totally misses and manages to bite itself, doing 3 damage. Aleran.
Oh, come on!
Wow.
These dice are cold tonight.
Wow, it's been brutal.
Drop the 19 too.
Izzy.
Okay, I cannot target spider crabs because I'd have to dangle precariously
What
into the
is
I don't know what. I mean, precarious.
can
She's a halfling.
am I
Like how
You could bend over into the opening. It might make you spatially adjacent. Well, let me see. Depends on where you're dangling from.
I would be dangling probably over Kit Kat's head.
All right. So if you're dangling over Kit Kat's head, you might be in range of being attacked. But that's about that's about all it means. But then you would be able to, and also if you moved around the grate to an angle where you could look in from an angle, you can spiritually you'll have visual and you can do a sacred flame.
No, that's my spiritual ham. All right, so I move around the grate because I still can do a movement. So I move around the grate so I can get a better target at the spider crab.
So like you move here.
That's still within 25 feet.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to try and cast on. Well, maybe I'll try that again. Bad crabs.
They save.
But my spiritual weapon can move 5 feet and go towards them.
magical hand?
I just put your hand back where it actually was all along.
Yay!
You hit.
Did you just hit with ham?
Yay!
And she crushes the last of the spider crabs. There are no longer
Ow.
any.
Our cleric is kicking butt.
She's totally murdering all the spider crabs.
And I'm not even like down with you guys.
I mean, you killed at least half
She
of
just
them, right?
drops the ham.
I've
She's, like,
killed 3
holding
of them.
She dropped some spiritual ham on the spider crabs.
Ooh yeah.
So now it's just the strange crustacean and you guys. It's still grappling pants, so it doesn't care about anything. Zaleria!
Okay, sweet. Now that there's not an enemy within 5 feet of me, I can use my ranged weapon like I'm supposed to.
Rangers get to range.
Oh man.
But now you still have your bardic inspiration, right?
Yeah, I do. I'll go ahead and use that because this would be the perfect time.
All right, so that makes it a hit.
Okay, sweet.
Thank you, Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, and then I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action on Strange.
All right. And you notice with your previous arrow that as it plunges into the fleshy mass of the strange crustacean, ooze begins to pump out, and the strange crustacean seems to be deflating, and it's rapidly losing mass.
Okay.
AKA, this is a very bloodied strange crustacean.
Okay.
Well, we don't necessarily know that it's bloodied. We haven't
It's
encountered it before.
ooziness.
It could be injecting caustic ooze into my systems. I don't know.
Yeah, this could be like wasp guts, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going
Oh,
with
I
the
was thinking
laying
more like.
eggs in you.
Pants.
Oh, see, I was going with more with what I put in Discord.
Strength save.
Mm.
Aww.
Hate magnet.
Oh man, that's exactly what it looks like. Kit Kat.
I'm here.
What do you do with a strange crustacean?
Try and hit it, but I missed.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aleran, you can do a ranged attack without disadvantage now.
Do I need to move to the side so that I'm not firing into the back
it's
of Kit
fine.
Kat's head here?
There's an assumption that you have the skills to not shoot her in the head.
Just don't
And
roll
it's
a
a
one.
hit. Strange crustacean is burnt and sizzled. It's almost down to nothing, and it's so weakened that it loses interest. It loses its grip on Pants. In fact, you practically burnt its tentacle in half. Izzy.
Okay, here we go. Sacred Flame, because I want some seafood.
And you're kind of like running around the grate at this point to get vantage point on this other thing that's left.
Yep.
A bolt of light comes down and zaps the strange crustacean. And you burn it into nothingness. What's left is just this bubbling, sticky mass that kind of deflates with a squeal.
Well, I'm glad I came.
Yeah.
Most valuable cleric. All right, guys, you're out of combat, and that's probably where we're going to wrap up for tonight because that combat
Yeah.
took a really long time.
Yes, it did.
Before we end up, I would like to spend 2 minutes and do some self-repair protocols since we're out of combat. Being that I have 2 hit points left.
Yes, you can do that out of combat.
Okay.
And when we start the next session, you guys can discuss what next steps you want to take.
A rest.
Yeah.
But with all this combat in this whole hallway, what was previously a heavily webbed space that was fairly dark, with all your combat and all the wild shots of firebolts, it now seems to be fairly cleared of any cobwebbing.
Sweet.
And Pants found a way in.
Yeah. Very, very nice way to get in.
Thanks, Pants.
And you were worried that we would burn through your hallways or your rooms too quick.
Yeah, I was worried about that, but okay.
Well,
Yeah.
and then some idiot in the pug just ran forward and aggroed the whole dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Zergers.
much. Went right to the yellow-orange dungeon alert.
Damn Zergers. Well, thank you, everybody. And the next time we will play will be on, what, July 14th?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.